As the sun rises, you lay in your bed, still dreaming, still breathing. Deep, in and out things you won't remember are taking over your mind. And how did we come to this where we as people believe we're already dead? So we carry our nothings just to drag our bodies along, and in our heads we believe that it won't matter the options we are given. Instead, we take life as a joke with prosthetic brains created by a group so insane as to deliberately put us in a situation where we think we are thinking. But in reality, how many of us actually thought about that? In fact, we are sinking, trying to cling to the reality that we have created yet no one likes. The normalities that exist, yet again and again we fight this cycle in ourselves, too shy and overwhelmed inside that what we hide is wrong. To others, in truth, we are more than alike, you and I. We should be like sisters, like brothers, or closer than that. So why don't we? Maybe we just see each other as aliens that have never existed, yet we're all born from a father and mother, then taken through a system listed as a number, not a human being. And then, we go through life either caged or free, but do you see that even if we are caged, we aren't safe? Even if we are free, we aren't really alive because our inside is pouring out while everyone around comes to you rushing to put it back in and to lock you down, to conform it to this world that isn't what we meant it to be. So now that you have come to this reality, your eyes stay open but your mind stays closed. And before you know it, there's weapons of mass destruction, sadness, violence, and dope around you. And curiosity strikes even though you were warned not to try. You deny that it's the right thing to do because all of your life you've been told not to, with no reasons to stay away because your intelligence was questioned by society. So you dive right into a stress you didn't require. And here you stand impressed by a word someone gives you, inspired by a thought that was actually in you all along, but always required a video or song to rise from the depths of you stored it in through your years of living a lie. So you think, I'll just change, I'll do better than that, I'll rearrange who I am to the best that I can, but you fall eventually forgetting what you had. And it's sad to see us as people like that. But if we took each other's hands and pulled everyone along to the top of our worlds, who would be left back but the ones who refuse to combat a world that just isn't right for us? But all this is a thought, and you snap back to reality, and the darkness fades away, and the way you become is hyped and ready to fight, but instead start tomorrow. It's funny because you really wanted to better yourself, and it's the same thing that brings you sorrow. So I have to ask, what is holding you back? Now you're reflecting your past, some with drug addict mothers, abusive parents, loving families, crazy siblings, or even money stacks from a drunk dad. But why do these thoughts remain? To forgive and forget could be the best thing ever said in our lives, yet we go on with grudges over the littlest things, and these turn into wars, yet no one nudges a bit to let forgiveness slip into each other's lips, since they are sealed with lead and locked with a code no one knows but yourself. And you leave it like this, letting your vocal cords grow old, grow cold, because they have been sold to another person who speaks for you and tries to say who you are. So now, you've grown apart, and it's hard to interact with others because you don't realize that those same people are suffering the same ways you are, afraid and lonely. Yet you have over 1,000 friends on Facebook or Twitter, so how is it that you still have no one to talk to? And every day, you are caught looking at your phone, down and distracted, and you try to pretend with a smile on your face, but now that I've caught you, your mind is buzzing with ideas again, like it was before. But I bet you forgot about this, when you decided to go to the store for a wrap and a gram to smoke, and your mind exploring along the lines you stop, you need more, because the thoughts you had fade away, and you want to remain alive on the inside. But this is just a diversion from the things that will truly make you alive. From me to you, not as a person, but a mirror. I had to become free from the chains you have been given. Not just to believe you are strong, but to realize that you are by far better than you have ever imagined possible. And everything you thought was not now becomes probable. Yet you lack a bit more hope, and it pushes you back. But I can't give you that last bit of hope because it's not in my grasp, it's in yours. But when will you realize that? Someday, it might be too late. And when you finally decide to change, your fate is sealed and the book is full of the words you wrote in it, with no eraser left to delete the mistakes you wrote in it with your own hands. And here you stand, failing to realize that while you're still breathing, those words don't matter, because the truth does not have to be written, since it's always inside, but you're too worried to compromise what you have built, so you remain dying. Besides, why go back now? Is the comforting sound you repeat to yourself, but the reality is that same thing is what makes you feel dead. Yet I'll remind you again that life as you know it continues while you are still breathing. It's obvious, I know, but you seem to forget that life is current. It doesn't need any regrets to be held by yourself, yet you might disagree. What can you do about it? The past is the past, and today is right now. Take down the false empire you once had believed in, and recreate your world to better suit each other in a place so great where we can roam, finally happy and free.